Why you guys bloods? Why are you in the gangs?
Why is we in the gang? I guess because the area we grew up in, man. Everybody go in that area, man.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin', everybody? Y'all already know it's the Wildkat with another one. Y'all can hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me. I know yesterday the mic was acting up. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. OG Rand, salute. A1, salute. April D, salute. KO, salute. Alan Chan, yer. Lucifer the Spartan, salute. Amir Richardson, salute. Yer. You know what I'm saying? Eli Delgado, salute. Pilato, salute. Jay Styles up in the building, salute. Alvin Matthews, salute. CB Bryant, salute. James Milton, salute. Felicia Cortez, salute. Y'all already know, man. Official JB, salute. James Stone the Silent, salute. Today we got Marty Sasson, salute. Today we have something important. Dead Arm, salute. Fred Jeter, salute. Lot Boy Bonnie Hunter, salute. Kevin McCoy, salute. Yeah, we got something, Venezuela Reyes. I'm gonna send a link in a minute. I'm gonna send the link in a minute. You're gonna see it. It's gonna be in the chat. All you just gotta do is go and click on it. Last time I did the live, that you know I love you, bro. Facts. Last time I did the live, you know what I'm saying? Lately it's been a lot of as you can as probably everybody can see, there's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of talk, this here, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And it's created some type of unnecessary, unofficial static. You see what I'm saying? And when I say static, I don't mean of it as in a big major way, but it's like, a mosquito bite may be mad small, but it still itches. You still scratching. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I always say, and I tell this to everybody, if you're gonna get up on here, you always gotta get up on here and speak facts. If you get up on here and freestyle, then later on, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have all these people coming out the woodworks, and if they have evidence, then it makes you look bad. If they don't have evidence, it's just people saying this, that, and the third. That's a different story. But when there's evidence, that's you know what I'm saying. That's why in the prison system, dudes do paperwork parties and all this type of scenarios to make sure that people are 100%. Because if there's anything that you want to know is that the people around you, the people you communicate, the people you deal with, period, you want to make sure that these people are 100%. Anything else, you know what I'm saying, it can turn into a problem after that. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to be straight up 100%. Because what happens? The skeletons start come running out the closet and creates a whole bunch of things that it creates from then on. You know what I'm saying? One thing you want to be considered is a person as 100. You could be called 100 names. It could be said that you did 100 things, but a 100 individual is only one. And he's either going to take all those things that he did, all those things that he did not do, to distinguish who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they do that. Though. Let me see your paperwork. Let me see. Let me make sure that you ain't got no rape charges. Let me make sure that you ain't no pedophile. Let me make sure this that you ain't no rat. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure you didn't try to sneak off and you did the. There's a lot of ways to rat now that these dudes do. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that dudes do to validate the people in their surroundings. So, for example, when you say something, sometimes you got to be mindful of the things you say because then other people gonna come and you know what they're gonna be like, hold on, what did you say? Oh, a word. Okay, so yo, how about this right here, Shine? And it happens all the time. Y'all see it happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially on this net because this net is more. It's cool because you meet good people here, but it's bad because the vessel that is the way it's used for certain people. That's a different type of problem too. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, there's some people that um I said, yo, man, we need to come up here and kick it, you know what I'm saying? Because if there's anything that people need to make is the good examples. It's so easy to make bad examples. Hmm, so easy. But those cost more than the good ones. The good ones make you feel the good ones. The bad ones, you only feel it for a moment, and then it's gone. So you got the cheap version of it, because you know what I'm saying. You rush to the point. So I'm gonna throw the link up. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely got to chop it up today, man, and make sure that our message is sent and it's sent because it's need to be sent, and it's only because people need to be saved and people need to be enlightened. You know what I'm saying? Salute back, Young Guns, my boy. I see you, homie. Big Lou, I see you too. Salute. You know what I'm saying? We need to be better role models and less mannequins. You know what I'm saying? You stand there in front of a mannequin and you can make that mannequin into whatever your imagination wants you to make that mannequin into. But in all reality, is a mannequin. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the reality is not what you want it to be because your imagination then took you away from it. It's your survival mechanism. It's your way to go away from that. But then when reality hits, are you strong enough to wave that reality away and give yourself that same advice? It's a question we all ask. Don't we ask ourselves this question almost every day? I'm sure a lot of us do. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna throw the link up. Today only those that's supposed to come up today. Those are the only people I'm gonna let pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reason why we want to resonate a positive message, should I say. Yeah, that's a fact, Lucifer Spartan. You know what I'm saying? Salute out of plaster. Salute. Yeah, he said nowadays everyone wants to be the big kid on the block. Shaking my head. Yeah, and that's crazy. You know why? Because if anything, that's who you don't want to be. You see what I'm saying? That's basically that's the emblem. You can see that person from a mile away. You see what I'm saying? Halloween Scorp, salute. Lost Boys, yeah. Oh, Lot Boys, salute. Okay, okay. Hold on.
Okay.
What's poppin', homie? What it look like?
What's up, Wild? What's going on with it, man?
Ain't nothing, man. You know
Cleaning
me
my tennis shoes.
in the cut like a band-aid, you heard?
What it look like? Oh man, I can't What's call up, it. Wild? What's going on with it, man? I appreciate the invitation, dog. Cleaning my tennis shoes.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I
You
can't
like,
call it.
you like to keep everything official, you heard?
Appreciate the invitation, dog. Cleaning my tennis shoes.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. I'm echoing over
I'm
there.
having an echo. What's going on with my shit?
Yeah, you gotta lower it down, I think.
Okay.
I'm echoing.
No, I muted that bitch. Well, hold on, brother.
You gotta lower it down, I think.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
No, I muted that bitch. Hold on, brother.
You gotta lower it down, I think.
Okay. Having issues.
Yeah.
I muted that bitch. They say everyone can see me and hear me. I'm famous now. Yeah. Hold on, blood. Everyone can see me and hear me. Mic check, mic check. I apologize. I don't mean to interrupt this shit.
Salute, Palato, 32 Savage, salute.
Fucking mail. Okay.
Salute, Palato, 32 Savage, salute.
Let me get log back on.
All right.
Let me get log back on.
There you go. You can hear me? Oh. Yeah, the homie having a little technical difficulties with his joint. So, like I was saying, we gotta be better examples, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute, dollars from uptown. You know what I mean? We Papa Song Money, salute. We definitely gotta be better examples. So That's one of my main purposes of producing content that actually some people can see. I always say, and I say this to everybody, man. I tell them like this. I say, you see what you seeing? If what you seeing is not what you like, it should help you make a decision that might save your life. It's crazy, right? And I started to say to myself, I'm like, yo, you just made your own like slogan. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy. The only reason I made it up because I'm saying to myself, yo, we have so much control, yet lose so much of that control when we give it up through our actions. Alan Chan, salute, salute. Alan Chan, look at my boy Alan Chan. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just a lot of things, man. Um, a lot of things that should be discussed amongst people who basically have a common cause. And when I say a common cause, I mean an ideology that's basically towards the benefit of what everyone needs. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Salute. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Huh?
I said I can hear you.
All right, all right. Mhm.
I can hear you. Huh? I said I can hear you.
All right, all right.
Greetings, big boy. How you doing?
How you doing?
What's
I'm all right,
poppin'?
man. Here's some of my respect to the homies on the east.
How you doing?
All is well. Hey, Wildkat, before you begin, I just want to set my own record straight. I'm not here to bash nobody, to put down anyone. I'm here to show support and keep it 100 and respectful. If anything goes outside of that, I'm not with that. I'm not here to bash
Salute.
nobody, put down anyone.
Salute. Salute. Salute when they trade. All the time.
What's
Salute when
good?
they trade.
If anything goes outside of that, I'm not with that.
Somebody. So we got. All right. So Mike Dre, your mic is muted, right? Huh? I can't hear. I can't. Oh, Mike. Oh, he muted it. All right. All right.
Yeah, it was
All right.
muted. I was trying to adjust that reverb, the echoing bullshit, blood.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Did it take it off?
Adjust that reverb, the echoing bullshit, blood.
That's just echoing like crazy, yeah.
Did it take it off? No, I can still hear myself in the background. Shit, crazy. It's
They got.
Murphy's law. Don't want me to participate, but we'll work around it.
They said you got to turn the volume off on the mic. Yeah. Now everybody's. Yeah.
No, I don't hear nothing. Let me use my phone.
Yeah. You good? You good? You good right now? 183rd. You good too?
You hear me?
Yeah. I hear you too. Yeah, that's a fact.
All right.
Okay. I can hear y'all.
Okay. Let me see. All right. So everybody up in here, basically, there's three of us up in here. So Bickett,
4. You, me, Big Boy, KK, and myself.
you, me, and who? Oh boy,
Yo, Brazy, where you at? Brazy.
who's Bickett? That's Brazy right there. That's Bickett.
I have no idea. I've been talking.
Hold on.
183rd. That's crazy.
What up? What up? Nah, this 183rd was bragging.
What's bragging? Hey yo, so where's who missing?
What up? What up?
Ain't nothing. Yo, so
Born.
so more or less why everybody pull up and everything, you know what I'm saying? Hold up.
Thank you, Felicia. Who's from Venezuela? That's where my family originally from.
Huh?
Real Coco
So
Kazi.
he going to YouTube. I told him he gotta go
No,
to
there's
YouTube.
someone in here from Venezuela. That's where I'm originally from. My family.
Oh, word? Where you at now? What part of Jersey you at?
I'm a black German.
You did a black German.
I'm in Arizona.
You Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
106 degrees. Yeah. Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
Phoenix Getter, Holmes.
You said 106 degrees?
East side.
Oh, ooh. Mm-mm-mm. He said 106 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So
What was I there earlier?
so who missing?
We the desert. It's hell out here. Hey, ain't no one missing. You here? I'm here. They here.
All
They
right.
don't it's on them. You know.
Oh, I bet. So basically,
First and foremost, we respect your platform, your structure, and how you get the respect.
appreciate that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk. Salute to the chat.
Salute. 1-8 Trey. I see you in the building. Yeah, man. You know, one thing we was talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying? And we was talking about this because it's basically, I mean, it should be the mentality that people should be having in their mind, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the latest of what was going on, period. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to do a little recap, right? Now, as far as doing a recap, so basically there was first we had the situation with the Pop Smoke situation, and dudes was talking about West Coast had to check in this, that, and the third. You know, some people took offense to it. Some people looked at it like, who the hell is this dude talking this, that, and the third? Um, in the end, it basically died out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people really wasn't jacking that anyway. You know what I'm saying? After that, then I guess, and I could say myself. You know what I'm saying? Being that I've been in here since around September. I guess you see a lot of homies is they're looking crazy, you know what I'm saying, going at it on the internet, this, that, and the third. So that's been there. That's been a situation that basically dudes is looking at like, yo, that shit ain't looking good. Dudes gotta chill, quell with that. Okay, yeah, this, that, and the third. All right, and that's basically something that everybody cannot deny. Boom. Okay, now then after that, then you had the homie Nino. Nino came down, or he came he came somewhere in the picture. And when he came in the picture, you know what I'm saying, he was basically pointing out flaws from what he sees from the outside. So that's when I was like, you know what, the same flaws he sees is what I see or what I've been seeing. But sometimes you gotta let people see it for themselves so that they understand it, so that they have a full.
But let me interrupt, big homie. But some people consider flaws. I consider work in progress because we got to evolve.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is a work in progress where we do gotta evolve, but part of evolve is elimination also. You know what I'm saying? And evolve doesn't always have to be a plus sign. It also has to be a minus because sometimes the minus turns into the plus later on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we also got to
What's
look
the
at those
definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and think you're gonna get different results. That don't work.
as a fact. As a fact. You know what I'm saying? So when he came through, you know what I'm saying, and what he was saying, I was saying to myself, like, because I stumbled in to the Kev Mac joint when it was on Kev Mac jump off. I was just messing around. I was at work. I was on my break, and then I looked, and then I'm looking through it. I'm saying, "Oh, okay. Let me see what's going on over here." And I'm seeing the platform and all that, and I'm saying to myself, I say, "Yo, hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? This is getting a little bit out of hand right now. This is like you can't really understand what someone is trying to say, and you can't understand why there's so much like back and forth and this, that, and the third." So I was like, I came in somewhere towards the end, and I was like, "Yo, listen, man. I know,
Conflict. Yeah.
yeah, I understand where he was coming from because what I'm
Too much
saying is this.
testosterone in the room.
Well, that and also you also got to look at this. I'm sure everybody saw American Gangster. Now, the one drama that Frank Lucas had with Nicky Barnes was that Mickey Barnes was taking his work, watering it down. You know what I'm saying, but it's keeping the same name. You know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is that if you representing something, even in the coast where you represented that, if you represent it right, so be it. But if you represent it in the wrong way, then we look back even on this side too, because we're the same as y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even though y'all may think that coastal by coastally, we're not. We're separated by coastally of water or whatever miles. Technically, if you still if you're representing the same thing, you know what I'm saying, you're all still one. You're just in different places. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. There's no difference between a New York homie and a West Coast homie. We are all the same. Just got different backgrounds.
Facts.
And
Hold on.
Real
and
talk.
I don't consider nothing watered down.
Yo,
I'll just say, unless
yo.
you put the package in my hand, I'm gonna flip it the way I see fit,
Where?
based on my experiences and knowledge. Now teach me righteously. I'll learn.
Oh, okay. I see you. Okay, hold on.
That's what's up.
So hold on. So you got Mad Ronald. Okay. Bickett.
Man,
Yeah.
Ronald, nothing,
Right.
bro.
What's
Pretty
up,
like
man?
Okay, and who
that's the big homie right there.
and hold up.
I got so much wisdom.
Where you at?
He say he can't get in.
And
Who can't get in?
B.
Beautiful lady.
yeah, oh, okay. Now I see him right now. All right, there he is, right here.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Mac,
Okay.
you
Right,
gonna
so
know in a
now,
second.
okay, so you got
I'm a
one.
lot boy.
Was bragging.
Take that mask off, nigga. Let me see your face.
Facts. Take that off.
I know
Let's
who you
do
are.
this.
You can't hide from
Get
me.
into
Was
it.
bragging.
Hey, yo, who's
That's
bragging?
never them.
Nigga.
Who's popping? And yo, so more or less,
Look like you going on a hadith. You go to Mecca?
yo, So more or less, I'm saying, yo, you know what I'm saying? I know you had something to say, so you know what I mean? Let it be
Now, I'm not
known.
loud. I'm just having fun, folks. That's all.
Yo, you can hear me? I think his is your mic on? Hold on. Is your mic on?
Live boy, it's on you.
Is whose mic on?
Lot boys. I don't think his mic is on.
Yeah, he probably got it.
That's Matt Ronald.
Huh?
Matt Ronald, Matt Ronald.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Salute,
Yeah,
salute.
I hear you.
Myron is reflection.
For sure, man. Much respect on me. Hey, thank you for inviting me to the show, man.
No doubt, homie. You already know, man. We in the building, bro.
Hey, y'all was having a conversation just a second ago about East Coast and West Coast Bloods, right?
Yeah.
And I would like to interject in that conversation, right? Because now
Hey,
me myself,
since we got a
now who is that? Somebody else?
I thought I heard
anyway.
somebody. Oh, go ahead.
I heard somebody. Okay, myself personally. Is somebody else talking?
Nah, it's you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt Ronald. My bad.
Myself personally, right now, this is an interesting situation with me, right? Because now I'm an OG blood from LA, man. I've been from my set. I'm from Rolling 20. I'm from West Side Rolling. Oh, let me introduce myself, please. Because I know there's other people watching us, right? I'm Mad Ronald. I'm OG Mad Ronald. I'm Mad Ronald from MadRonaldRadio.net. And also in the streets, I'm OG Mad Ronald from West Side Rolling 20 Neighborhood Bloods from the West Adams District of South Central. Now, the interesting thing about this to me is that now I've been from my set since like 76, right? I'm OG here, right? But now this is the interesting factor about me. I'm actually from New York. I was actually born in upstate New York. So I traveled back and forth to New York. So the interesting factor about that to me was that when I found out there were Bloods down there, it was
still hear it in your voice.
To actually go down there, right? And this is what the thing about it was. Now y'all talking about the differences, right?
Hey, can y'all hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, y'all were talking about the differences between the West Coast and the East Coast blood. There is a difference. And
but fall back. Matt Ronald's talking, blood.
Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Yeah, nigga, now we gonna check it. Hey, hold on.
You ain't listening.
Man, Ronald, hold on. Turn this TV down. Hey, hold on a second. I got something I want to talk about. Hey, hold on. Turn this TV down. Man, Ronald, hold on.
Why don't we let the queen talk first?
Turn down. Hey, hold on a second. I got something. Hey, y'all hear me?
We got a lady in our midst, y'all.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas straight up, man. I ain't into the cloud chasing. I ain't into the snitching. But I'm gonna talk about motherfuckers that be out here misleading niggas, homie. Blood, BJ, Nino Cappuccino, blood. We don't fuck with blood out here, blood. Blood came out here. He tried to extort niggas, blood. We don't fuck with niggas like that. That nigga did not start bounty hunters, man. Bounty hunters been out here, nigga, since 1998, homie. Blood ain't starting no bounty hunters. He lying to all y'all niggas. He trying to motherfucker seem like he a big time nigga. Blood, and you talking about niggas raping niggas? Blood, stop playing on me, blood. I don't even play like that, blood. This ain't that little boy, nigga. Real shit, nigga. You a buster, nigga. You slapped up Ant Dog, nigga. You couldn't slap me, nigga. Mac Drama was there, nigga. You think my uncle gonna let you slap me, you punk ass nigga? You fronting, nigga. Straight up. And that's it. I don't even want to talk about this no more, blood. Let's talk about some positive shit now, man. Because all that negative shit, only thing it's doing is boosting this man ego.
But let's not bash each other, Brady. Come on.
Y'all niggas gotta stop.
All you gonna do get him mad back and forth. Leave that shit alone.
These niggas is taking y'all money.
You know you rider. You know you rider, blood. You got nothing to prove.
Stop letting these niggas take y'all money. Stop selling the B and the H. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop selling the B and the H, man.
Okay.
You don't sell the B and the H over here, blood. Nigga, you wish you started the hood, nigga. BHIP to Goldie, BHIP to Flip, nigga. You wish, nigga. You ain't nobody, nigga. We don't fuck with you over here, BJ. Nobody, nigga.
So basically, you saying that in response to when he was saying that in the last live. All right, salute.
Raven, you forgetting the tone, bro.
Pull him up. Pull him up a little bit.
You heard?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
So basically, you saying that in
I got
response
y'all.
to you saying that in response to what he said on the live last time.
Yeah, man, cause he be woofing, man. He selling wolf tickets. He an old nigga, man, just mad. He been blood all his life, never accomplished nothing, man. He hating on young niggas, man. Only thing he want to do is manipulate young niggas. He the one that caused the division, man. It was only one bounty hunter set in New York, nigga. And that was us, nigga. The 9/11 lot boys, nigga. The 5 line niggas was dead, nigga. They came afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they was dead first, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always on my dick, man. I didn't start bounty hunters, my nigga. My nigga Killer Capone started bounty hunters. Who Killer Capone, big homie? Goldie, nigga. BHIP 5 line Goldie, nigga. That's his big homie. Who my big homie? Flip, nigga. OFTB, nigga. Death Row, bitch. Straight up. It couldn't have been you, Nino. We was already here. We was already popping. Why would we ride your wave, nigga? You mad niggas ain't ride your wave, nigga. You mad niggas wasn't on that bullshit you be on, nigga. Trying to get us the motherfucking flip packs for you, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? The B is never for sale.
Okay. All right. So you heard it right. You heard it right here, live and direct.
And y'all young niggas out there, y'all gotta stop Facebook shopping for big homies.
Hey, can the young lady speak? Can the young lady speak?
Know these niggas. Y'all be hitting
I want a
these
queen
niggas
to speak.
Facebook. Come on, what you think a nigga out of town gonna do? He gonna take your money. He gonna pimp you because he don't know you. He don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Some big homies is good niggas, and some big homies is bad niggas. Every homie ain't your homie, blood. Every hunter ain't your hunter. Every blood ain't your blood, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man.
Bigot,
wake up, man.
Teach these
and all
men.
these podcasters, y'all niggas need to stop snitching. Stop motherfuckers speaking up on hood politics, blood. On YouTube, blood. Nigga, when I became a blood, nigga, that was a major violation of the code, homie.
Okay, there it is.
Then why you talking? Shut the fuck up.
There it is.
Nah, blood. You know, we gotta let it be known, champion. You already know.
But hold up. Hold up.
To the fire.
Yo, man, I want Mad Ronald to finish what he was saying. Then I want to hear it for the queen.
Okay, what I was saying was that now, myself personally, homie, I'm from New York State. I was born upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
I'm from Rochester. Now, yeah, I'm from Rochester, homie. I was born in I left Rochester. My parents brought me to LA in 1968. So I was LA native. You understand what I'm saying? I've been a blood since I was like 8 years old. I'm going on 53 right now. And the thing about it is that when I traveled, now I came back to New York. Now, this is something I shouldn't be saying, but I'm going to say it right now because I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I brought my set back there. And in reality, the thing about it was that because when I saw how the Bloods were functioning there, I didn't agree with the way they functioned. But in order for me to have input in this here, I had to have somewhat of a foundation there. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
When I'm encountering Bloods, and the greatest thing these Bloods can talk about is their adversaries being other Bloods. See, you understand what I'm saying? I'm meeting Bloods here, and then later on, now let me give you a little bit of history on that timeline of mine. I came back in 2004, and I lived between New York and New Jersey from 2004 to 2006. Literally, I stayed and I traveled. I was in upstate New York, New York City, and in New Jersey for that time. When I'm meeting Bloods and encountering other Bloods, what I'm getting out of what I'm meeting these Bloods, their biggest adversaries that they speaking of are other Bloods. So to me, I'm looking at, you know what I mean? I'm not agreeing with it because of the fact that there's a lot of the politics that was injected here. And I'm asking about Blood, and they tell me about the guy that started Blood there, right? And the first thing that hit me was they saying, tell me some dude from LA. I'm saying the dude wasn't from LA because he don't know how Blood functions. Because to start with in LA, the first greatest concept of us is Bloods is that Bloods don't fight each other. See, in Los Angeles, the cohesiveness of being a Blood is blood love.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the cohesiveness of this here. There's not enough bloods in LA, and especially
Never said
going
trip.
through this here, there was not enough bloods for us to be really tripping on each other. Even though you might have individualism where you might have a set here and the set here might get into it over some personal shit that happened between two homies, it's not a politics. So what happens within
No,
that is that we don't support that. So we look funny at bloods that fight bloods. You understand what I'm saying? To us, two blood sets at war, we looking at it funny. When two blood sets go to war, eventually what somebody will do is somebody on the outside that's the blood, they will step in and intervene. And then what we'll do is we'll start working out means and ways of intervention. But it's different back there because the first thing bloods do is they speak of being enemies to other bloods. I've talked to a lot of bloods from all over the place. And the one thing I said, it was crazy. It seemed as if their structure was set up to implode. And when I say implode, I mean that the one thing I see within that blood structure is that bloods fight bloods more than anything else. Even though as grown men, we should be looking at something bigger and better and greater because of the fact that we got to get outside of that gang member mentality to start with. And I tell everybody this all the time because of the fact that the word gang don't represent nothing but an adolescent group of people that come together to commit crime. We should be working on something bigger and better. People are always talking like they want to repeat the mistakes that were made in Los Angeles. See, you got to understand something. Throughout my time, and any OGs that came up in my time, motherfuckers lived through a gang war in Los Angeles. And when I say a gang war, I'm talking about, and I'm gonna give you a great example. My neighborhood, right, in the 20s and the 30s, right? You rolling 20 neighborhood bloods, rolling 30 Harlem Crips on me. That's a war that involved over 1,000 motherfuckers just from 2 different neighborhoods. You understand what I mean? The death toll is astronomical. I've been to over 200 funerals. So the thing about that is this here. Throughout that time, our alliances were based upon just being bloods themselves and maintaining that level of unity because the cohesiveness of us was the fact that there weren't that many of us. Now, when I went back east, and I'm talking about through my experience, you know, not nothing I heard. I'm talking about from being in New York City, being in New Jersey, upstate New York, being all over the place. All bloods talk about fighting each other. I said these guys had the opportunity to create something so great, but I felt like it was exploited. And I say that because of the fact that right now, I look at the East Coast, I look at New York, I look at New Jersey, I look at all these other states, all these bloods out here, right? And I look at how powerful that this shit is, right? But it's also self-destructive because the biggest enemy to a blood is another blood. And that's the backwards part of it. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't say that to be disrespectful to the bloods from back east. I'm just speaking as an OG from here that has history from way back. That's why
niggas like 6ix9ine are free to snitch because ain't no unity.
Right. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like me, I'm a 3rd generation member of neighborhood, right? And then at the same time, I'm a 1st generation member of neighborhood blood. I'm part of the generation that put the B on NHB. I'm one of those 1st generation NHB members. And the thing about it was, as bloods, the way we lived, the way we did things was totally different. We would go in places like downtown Los Angeles, right? And I'm talking about the years I'm talking about, you can ask anybody, it used to be like 1,000 Crips in downtown LA. So imagine we go downtown, there's 5, 10 of us, and we run into some more bloods and we don't even know where the fuck they from. But these are bloods. We all hanging together, loving each other because of the fact that we all represent the same thing. That means that we're going to go down together. That means that we're going to ride this shit out together. It wasn't a thing of you a blood and you my enemy. It was a thing of you a blood and you my brother. And that's the whole concept of this. See what I'm saying?
Pardon, so it's interesting that you said that because I remember that being the feeling when it was only like about 10, 15, 20 heads. That was it. That was the only bloods there was. And you walk into a brib, and when you walk into the brib, you see that 1 or 2 homie up in there. You be like, oh yeah, that's the homie right there, and y'all click it right away because y'all not even looking at any deficiencies. Y'all looking at all proficiencies because you're seeing a person that's repping the same thing as you. So automatically it's love because if not, there's no way he's gonna he can't be no slouch if he's repping what you repping, and there's only about
Right.
20 of y'all,
Girls
about
like you.
1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
well, the head count back in them days, man, was something like 15
Mupenda.
to 1. So imagine what the world looked like when it's 15 to 20 Crips every one blood. I've been in prisons, literally. First time I went to the California State prison system was in 1987. I've been on prison yards, man, where there was 4 bloods. No, let me give it to you right. I'm gonna give you the right. I'm gonna give it to you right. I've been on prison yards where there might be 12 bloods, right? 4 of these motherfuckers just straight inactive, don't want shit to do with us, right? Then at the same time, you got 4 more of these motherfuckers that's talking about they done picked up a Bible and they done turned Christian or some shit like that on us, right? Then you got 4 that's staying down, right? But they like this because there's about 80 to 100 Crips on that yard. You see what I'm saying? So anybody and everybody ain't gonna walk out there wearing no flags. You know what I mean? And these were drastic times. So now, considering where we at in the world today, it's a whole nother element. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I say, it's crazy, man. You know, and that's why I say that it's a difference. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever hear this again from anybody, they got it from me. And I came up with this on my analysis of when I lived on the East Coast. There's 2 different types of bloods, man. There's a traditionalist, and then at the same time, there's more or less there's a traditionalist, and then there is like a fundamentalist. And a traditionalist blood, right? That's what on the East Coast they call a traditionalist and a loyalist. That's what I mean to say. Excuse me. The traditionalist blood, like the West Side blood back there, they want to claim the LA set. That blood wants to be tied into a history of blood from its origins, right? Now, you got the loyalist blood, right? The loyalist blood is loyal to whatever's going on outside. So therefore, that means like when they had the East Side blood sets, the 9 Trays, GKB, Valentine's, whatever it is, they're loyal to it because they're
I'm from
loyal.
New York, so I'm gonna be a New Yorker.
Right, exactly. And that's just the way that it goes. You know what I mean? I don't want to take up all the time talking. I'm turning the floor over to y'all.
I feel what you were saying, you know what I'm saying? Because basically it is like that. But you know what? And I take it back to history, man. Look at what you call it. Look at the Aztecs. If you look at the Aztecs, they were fierce Indians that conquered a whole lot of stuff. But guess what? At the end of the day, they started going at each other and killing each other in sacrifices, and then they just abandoned their whole home and left.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something about that. And I always say this, and this is something that I've come to great realizations of, right? In times of oppression, we will unite, we will help, we will assist, and we will feed each other, right? And in times of oppression, we will have so much cohesiveness and love that we will give our last piece of bread to feed our people, right? But in times of power, we will subdivide, we will separate, we will turn on each other, and we will eat each other. Because now when we get in power, now everybody wants to chop up whatever we got and want their piece. Now we can't have one leader. That's why we don't have one black leader. Because in times of power, we ourselves will subdivide and go in all our own separate directions to create our own kingdoms. But the thing that I say about the East Coast bloods, and my thing, and especially from having been there and lived there for 2 years, my thing was that the greatness of it. They had a great thing, but just the information and the education that went into it was corrupt. And I've got to say that simply because of the fact that it's just if the principles of blood were what they were in LA and every blood stuck together, it would be amazing. And the thing what's going on now is bloods across the country are adapting these ways, and they look at each other as their own worst enemy. I talk to bloods in Georgia, North Carolina, everywhere. All these bloods I talk to, they worst enemy is another blood. It's amazing to me because traditionally, blood is I'm like this. I don't call blood my gang. I'm a blood by culture. I've been a blood for over 40 some odd years. So I don't call it my gang. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm in my 50s, man. I sound like a goddamn fool to be sitting up as a 53-year-old man hollering about I'm a member of a blood gang. You understand what I mean? I deal with like gang intervention and shit. You know what I'm saying? How could I ever be that? You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, let me turn the floor over to y'all, man. I want to take everybody's time, man. I know You got some more people who might want to.
Ladybug.
All right, so you know what? I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? It's what you. A lot of what you said.
We want to hear from Bickett.
A lot of what you said is true. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been noticing it myself. You know, just by observation, should I say? And I've been noticing it a lot out here, like you said. You know what I'm saying? We get the same thing out here too. You be having hoods going against hoods. Same thing like in the jails. You know what I'm saying? You got hoods going against hoods. And it always be over some type of either minute or some type of territorial situation. It don't never be something that's like something that's realistically like you took somebody's you stole somebody's mama's money or something serious. You know what I'm saying? It always be something more materialistic. If not materialistic, it's unfundamental. People indulging in things that they ain't supposed to be indulging in. You know what I'm saying? You know, dudes doing like we had a K2 epidemic. You had dudes running around smoking K2, thinking that was cool, and we was telling them, "Nah,
they be strung out."
We was telling them, you telling them, "Nah, you a dub, bro. You smoking K2, you a dub." That's the same thing as crack, bro.
There's
That's
a lot of homies. There's a lot of homies in the Bronx smoking K2 and weed together. Them niggas is weird with that shit.
Nah, bro, that's a dub, man. You can't
strung out here looking dumb.
Nah, you can't be doing that because if you're doing that, you're in violation. See, that's what I'm saying.
But wait a minute, drug addict is an illness. You got to treat it as such, brother. You can't. You got to treat it as such. Just can't empower them.
To treat it.
Yeah, it's a violation, but it's an illness.
You said it's an illness.
But this is the thing about that right there. What you're saying, though, you can only serve one master. You gonna serve blood or you gonna serve the drug habit? Because
drug habit is an illness, bro.
For the access that you gain, let us just say, I'll give you a simple example.
Yo, Wildkat.
Let us just say something as simple as we give you access to our weapons, our money, or whatever. We don't know if we can trust that or not. So you gotta understand what master do you serve.
Floss P.
Yeah, let him in too.
Because the only people that's here is 9/11.
Somebody gotta go.
Yeah.
Bickett,
and you gotta earn that trust. You don't give it blindly.
Put Floss P in.
Don't cast your pearls among the swine. Don't give that what you told him to the dogs. You dig?
Well, I'm gonna tell you about drugs here. You know what homies do when they start using drugs here? They fall out of the circle.
What's the word?
What's poppin', Floss?
What's cracking, nigga? SGLB, nigga.
Shit.
What's poppin'?
Good, nigga. What's cracking, nigga? What's good, man?
Us never good, bro.
Chasing that
monkey. You heard that nigga Nino talking crazy?
Yo. What's up?
You seen that nigga Nino? You seen his interview?
Vibes, blood. What's up, man?
More or less, you already know the vibe.
Nigga said he started bunny in New York.
Yeah, I seen that shit, man. You already know the vibes, homie, man.
Come on, Brazy, we moving on from that, dog.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Tell him. Did he start bounty hunters in New York?
Huh?
Nino started bounty hunters in New York?
I've been doing this shit.
Crazy. No one gives a fuck about that. We know the facts. Come on, man. I'm about to hang up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been doing this. Yeah, you know, huh?
I started bounty hunters, nigga. Mac Drama did.
I heard him.
How about that?
I heard him.
Yo, shout out to my nigga Mac Drama, man.
Shout out to Mac Drama, man. He trying to get hero.
That's one of the big homies I be fucking.
Y'all niggas follow Top Star 1017.
Yeah, other than that, like, you know.
Fuck up how about that?
Let's try
Top Star Radio. We're gonna do Top Star.
What up, Floss?
Man, you know I don't be with the politics shit, man. What up, Mac Drama? You already know what's good, big homie. What's good? What's the word, man?
What's
good, homie?
Okay, so hold on. So
I'm out here working, right?
I had a question, right? Because
go ahead, G. Go ahead.
I had a question, right? My question is this.
Oh man, I can't call it, man. Just looking up to you, man. Proud of you, bro. Keep doing you, man. Keep living strong as a black man.
That's what's up.
Who you talking to?
That's what's up, bro. You already know I'm gonna keep continuing doing that, homie. know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
and
don't
yo.
the politics shit, but like, you know what?
Go ahead, Wildkat.
Yeah, because look, my whole thing is this. If the politics be minimized, and the politics only can be minimized when people look at
All of
each other,
y'all.
people look at each other like straight, we like people's brothers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When they stop looking at what they got on and what they got, and more what they got inside. You know what I'm saying? That's would be the main thing. So a lot of times people look at, if you notice when people make an observation, the first thing they say is like, "Yo, man, your son dress look crazy, bro." Right? Like, yo, why he wearing that right there, or why he got that all over here? And you miss the whole point of who the individual is. You
Facts.
see what I'm saying? And so my whole point is that's the way we differentiate between those that's rolling and those that's riding. Because if you remember when I remember in 2007, 2008, when Lil Wayne had the Subaru and everything going on, you had everybody and their mother was out there flagging, saying Subaru, this, that, and third, and that all came from a song. You see what I'm saying? So what I was telling people before is like sometimes the things that you see is not authentic.
Exactly.
So it takes sometimes yeah. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time sometimes to see the authenticity in things, because sometimes some people are very articulate in their craft, but after a while, when you really start looking, you start to say, "Hold up, time out. Nah, that ain't right there."
Niggas capping.
As a fact, you see what I'm saying. So my whole thing is, what I'm saying is that you see how we can move past that, because the whole thing with that, and it was settled right now, was that little piece right there, it never happened.
Exactly.
Right? But what I was saying before is, sometimes, and I'm sure Floss P is listening. Sometimes some people, they get so hyped and they start talking, and then they subconsciously just get crazy with it. And then
Hey, Wildkat, can I interject something? Can I interject something, big homie?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I can't hear John. What you saying?
It don't look. Is he moving?
First and foremost,
Drama, we can't hear you.
Fry.
We can't see you.
I want to give my support to Ahmaud Arbery and his family down there in Brunswick, Georgia. Okay. Secondly, we gotta understand this COVID-19 is killing us because they systematically are targeting us. So we gotta get on an agenda of surviving.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Drama's in.
Hey, yo, y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand.
Right,
niggas
man.
is dying in New York, man, and niggas is on a podcast discussing politics. Like, what is wrong with y'all motherfuckers,
That's
man?
what's important to me.
Nigga get on here and start talking all crazy about politics that don't need to be public. You know what I'm saying? My nigga, niggas is dying out here. You know how many people died in New York City?
Bullshit.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop disrespecting my city like we just some old sucker-ass niggas, man. Some of us over here, we real right, my nigga. Like, some of us is real legends out here. Like, you can't tarnish what we started. You can't tarnish us. You just can't take us out. You can't erase us. My nigga, he mad. We been here since day one. Like, niggas came out here for 4 days and flew back home. Like, is you serious? Come on. Other motherfuckers picked them up, you know what I'm saying? And started putting them on the pedestal. Because he an older nigga. So you got to understand, if niggas is 19, 17, 18.
Over 20 years now.
What the older nigga going to do to them little kids if he on some grimy shit?
Taurus.
He gonna motherfucking manipulate them. That's what niggas is doing, man. That's what's doing. Niggas ain't split nothing up, man. It's just niggas ride with real niggas. Niggas know what's fake and what's real. Nino? Nah, my nigga. He a big homie and all that shit. But that nigga is grimy, man. That nigga know how to fuck shit up. He don't know how to build something.
Cause they looking all
man, I'm here to build.
hero worship being the big homie because he's from Cali. Everybody in Cali isn't built like that. And everybody in New York isn't built like that neither. Judge each one on their individuality and on their actions, on their own merit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
It's punks, it's bitch ass niggas in both places.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, yo, as a matter of fact,
man,
hold
I'm
on.
tired of niggas disrespecting New York like we don't get it popping. We gave
Hey, yo.
the bloods, we gave it the swag. Straight
Hey, yo.
up.
Hey, yo, matter of fact, hold up. You remember what happened this morning?
What's up?
Remember what happened this morning?
And they say Brooklyn is grimy,
with that
but Compton is grimy.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
man, niggas is sending him pictures of big homies and shit. Like they in the loop or something.
Yeah.
Like my nigga, you're not in the loop, my nigga.
Right.
Just knock it off, man. Stop trying to be down.
Hey, yo, what's the first thing you said when you saw the flicks?
I was like, man, them pictures is everywhere. They on the internet. Anybody can put them up. Straight up. These niggas be fronting, man.
Hey, yo, see, here's the thing that I wanted to explain.
They mad. I'm a body hunter.
Hey, yo, we can talk about the problem forever. What is the solution that's going to change?
Y'all mad.
What is the solution that's going to change for the better?
My nigga. I'm for real. My nigga, day one bounty hunter, nigga. 9/11 set you for bounty hunters, nigga, like J-Rock said, nigga. 9/11 lot boys, nigga. Fuck.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? My thing is,
we need.
Hey, y'all need to quit putting Nino down. He's still blood brother.
It's time to clean this shit up.
I'm turning back on none of mine.
Listen,
I don't really
bad for speaking on cause and pause. He a sucker for that.
let me
Straight up, stop speaking
man.
on my homegirls, man. They bull, blood. Let that shit out, man.
On
They
who?
bull. Everybody else, I don't know, but they bull. You feel me? They bull. Y'all other niggas in the background, though, y'all need to sit down, nigga. Take some notes, man.
Quit day dropping, fool.
Y'all niggas.
Hey, yo,
Get up, crazy, porque tú estás diciendo demasiado de nombre, brother. Date quieto, coño.
These some niggas jackets in LA don't be
Está
real
hablando
right.
por
They just
nociones, loco. Cuidado.
Hey, yo, so, salute. Mac Drama, whoa, Mac Drama. Hey, yo, so my thing, what I'm saying is this, right? The solution, I feel that the solution is real simple. Better communication so that these things can't happen. So that's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of people don't have no knowledge, and then those
Blood,
people.
you about to get in right now. Just stay right there. We about to collect 2 in.
You heard?
Yeah.
So a lot of people that don't have knowledge, they fall prey to that because they.
And the best way is let's break bread together. If you feed me and I'll feed you, I want you to keep working.
Niggas on the East Coast said they was misled.
We gotta eat together.
Blood, I was misled, nigga. I was misled by some niggas from Cali, nigga. Why I was misled? Because the nigga tried to motherfucking extort me and my niggas. And we're not with that. We're not with that. We're not switching our set. We're not gonna go up under the fake Godfather of Watts and all that. We not do blood. Come on, man. Niggas always come out here. They want to take over shit.
Stop putting.
Niggas always want to take over shit. You don't see niggas going to San Diego, telling the San Diego Bloods name. Blood.
Trying is one thing.
Niggas only come to
succeeding is another. It didn't happen, so
niggas don't go nowhere else. When the fuck is y'all niggas gonna cut this bullshit out? Like my niggas 2000.
I'm your uncle. You extorted me. I need my A contract back.
Blood and what started? Like my niggas, we not here out there. Niggas need to wake up.
I got an interesting point to make here. I got an interesting point to make here. This is funny to me.
Hold on, let the homies speak real quick. Whoa.
I got an interesting point to make here.
I was trying to tell niggas, we not here to put cap down. You hear me, blood?
I'm
not here to put cap down, blood.
But he need to keep niggas dicks out there, mouth.
Nobody here to put the homie down, blood. We just here to let niggas know the truth.
Go ahead, man, Ronald.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. I mean, I ain't the type of nigga to put no man down. Every man is, I respect
that's a
every
fact.
Man, blood.
That's a fact. He the one dropping niggas' names.
Oh, man. I mean,
he the one dropping niggas' names.
Exactly. Me onto the shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't lie about. I don't lie about who the fuck I fuck. And I don't lie about who I beat up. So, nigga, you ain't touch me, nigga. You know who you touch? You beat up Ant Dog. Ant Dog. That's who you beat up. That's who you beat up. Remember? I was laughing at you. Remember, Nino? I was laughing at you. Remember?
Mac Brazy.
I got French in my mouth. Remember?
Mac Brazy.
Yeah.
Let the homie Matt Ronald speak.
Go ahead, OG.
Go ahead, Matt Ronald.
Say something. It's funny to me.
Damn.
How everybody focuses on the East Coast blood, right?
Brazy and Nino just alike. Y'all twins.
I can't hear myself talking. But anyway, everybody focuses on the East Coast Bloods, right? The funny thing is that outside of California, there were Bloods in the South and in the Midwest long before they even hit the East. Because I recall a time back when, okay, you know, out here, a lot of the families in LA came from the South. And I remember families that came down here and was actually got put on, they might have had sons that got put on the set, and the families of their mamas and daddies try to save them, go back home, and they'll go back to wherever they come from in the South, the Midwest, or wherever, and fuck around and turn out the whole city. Now you got they have
Alabama,
right? They have Bloods and Crips all in these places long before, and it's funny to me because the biggest focus that I see when it comes to Blood is everybody focused on the East Coast. But I remember through the dope game, I remember when people was running drugs all through the East Coast. I mean, through the South and through the Midwest, and they was recruiting back then, right? But you don't hear about none of that there because the focus has been on the East, man. But the thing about the East is that the East had a big movement. Literally, the East had the biggest fucking movement, man. That's why I say that when it comes to this here, right? Had they had structurized this shit properly, they had such a fucking beautiful movement that it's crazy, homie. Right now, there are Bloods emulating what's going on in the East, in the fucking South, in the Midwest. You see what I'm saying? They had such a movement, homie. It's crazy because of the fact that when I'm looking at this whole concept of things, it's like I say, it seems to me like the structure in the East was set up to implode. It's set up to explode from the inside because Bloods down there, the way they look at each other is so funny. Because out here we look at each other differently, and everybody, y'all on there that been to LA know this here. Mac Drama and Brazy know they've been in my neighborhood and been among my homies and shit, and they know you come to the set and you a Blood. They loving you just because you're that. It's so different, but the thing about it too is that they're missing the geographical aspect of this too because of the fact that we damn near come from the sandbox together. So you can't just walk into the neighborhood and make a proclamation to be from the set. You understand what I mean? You can't come to the neighborhood and say, I want to get put on, because you damn near got to have somebody to vouch for you to put you on. But when you say, I want to get put on, they're going to say, where you live? And you say, I live on 27th and Normandy. We're going to call somebody live on 27th and Normandy because we all come out the same community. They're going to say, oh, that's the little boy right there. His grandmama live right there and got the two fine sisters or whatever. He got some history here, right? It's different because back east, they will allow anybody. I know they breed back there, and the way that they breed, they would allow anybody. And I'm saying that because I've been keeping up with that Tekashi 6ix9ine shit too. And the way that looked, it was so funny because this dude was in One Life 6 months before this, and he wasn't nowhere near this. Now suddenly he done brought down the whole motherfucking ship. Now he's back on the streets. But the fucked up part about it was that you had real street people that allowed themselves to be infiltrated by an outsider that had no belonging and no history. This is a guy that nobody, we get blinded by the glitter and the glamour, you know what I mean, and the money. And they had this character with this weird ass looking hair. Dude had rainbow hair. You know, out here the rainbow represents homosexuality, right? Y'all know that, right?
That's gay as shit. You already know.
No, y'all know that though, right?
On everything.
Homosexuality. You know that's the gay flag right there, right? But I'm just saying that because it's shit like that makes the whole Blood concept look fucked up. Because they allow anybody to just walk the fuck on in here. Motherfuckers ain't doing no background checks. Motherfuckers is just letting motherfuckers, don't nobody know where the people come from. It's your homie because he's doing whatever he's doing. When I was back east, they was letting motherfuckers be Bloods just because they sold drugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him like, you know this guy? Well, my homie know him. I'm looking at motherfucker like, you don't know him? Because my number one thing is like us as Bloods, homie, in California, homie, the way we are, homie, we brothers. And when I say that, I mean that literally, I come from a time when we all ate in the same motherfucking kitchen. We all slept. I used to come home and it'd be 10 of my homeboys sleep in the living room on the floor in my living room. You understand what I'm saying? We come from a time where as Bloods, we had love because of the fact that we went through a struggle together. It's different now because of the fact that anybody can walk straight through the door. It's like the Lil Wayne situation that you were just mentioning. Now, these guys got money, they allow them. You understand what I mean? The representation just becomes distorted because this the same dude is kissing another man in the mouth. Now, how the fuck how do we validate? How do we take that to be something that is acceptable? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and I just say that because of the act itself and being in public like that. There, we're looking like we Bloods. Now, as Blood, there's so much weird shit that takes place that nobody has no checks and balances. You understand what I'm saying? And any and everybody walk through. Once again, I'm gonna transcend that thought pattern back to the East Coast. When I was on the East Coast, it was different because we're geographical in LA. So when you hear our streets, right, you hear motherfuckers saying "set here," they're gonna tell you some letters and some numbers. The letters is the set, and the numbers is where you can find them at. I've been in New York on street corners where I'm on a corner and it's like 10, 20 motherfuckers here and they claiming 4 different neighborhoods. And ain't nobody claiming the neighborhood they standing in. You understand what I mean? I'm sitting here looking at this, trying to figure to myself, goddamn, how does this work? Because it's confusing to me. I was in Rochester, New York, and I walked up on some Bloods out there. And I was like, hey, homie, you know, I'm out here, you know, I'm LA Blood. What's up, Blood? Where y'all from, Blood? You know what I mean? I'm Mad Ronald for rolling 20s, Blood. You know what I'm you know, where y'all hang at, Blood? Where y'all hood? I'm coming to y'all hood and fuck with y'all. This back in 2004. Where y'all hood at, Blood? I'm come fuck with y'all. This, right? They looked at me. They were so damn confused. They was like, well, we be down here sometimes. I said, no. Where's y'all neighborhood at? Where do y'all? They looking at me like, but how can you have the cohesiveness to build that bond if you ain't got the ground homesteaded and your people don't all come from the same place? You understand? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hey, Floyd.
And the thing is that, I'm gonna show you something.
Hit you back, yo, Wildkat, put Buster Hole in.
I'm gonna show you something.
Call me, say put him in.
I'm gonna show you something that's interesting about that too, right? This is something that's interesting about that concept. In Los Angeles, you can't just walk in and claim a set. And I'm gonna show you why you can't just walk in and claim a set in LA. If you walk into a set in LA and you claiming a set, right? This is the one thing about it. You're gonna have an address in that neighborhood. You understand what I mean? If I'm in jail somewhere, right? And it's California State Penitentiary somewhere, and a dude walk up to me way the fuck up at the other end of California, in Northern California somewhere, and say, yeah, man, I'm from rolling 20s and this and this. The first thing I can say to validate him is, what's your address? Once he tells me his address, I can get on the telephone and I can track his ass. I can get information on him in about 3 phone calls. Find out who he is, if he's that person or what. It's different because you can't just walk through the gate. You understand what I mean? How we always say who left the gate open? Out here, you can't just walk. But it's a big difference with that.
Comment back.
And the thing about it that's so different is that down here, we're very territorial, but we don't fight over territory because they're homestead. You can imagine, I'm from a set back to 1970. So they've been in these neighborhoods since 1970. How the fuck ain't no way in the world that neighborhood can get took over tomorrow because our neighborhood is the way it is. Even the goddamn locals down there don't like the adversaries that we don't like. You understand what I mean? And because it's so family orientated and it's so embedded. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna give y'all the floor, man. Give y'all the floor back. I don't want to talk too much.
Nah. I like listening to you. I ain't gonna lie because I know one thing I can tell is you are cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's a major factor. The major factor is being on point. Being on point. And the reason they're not on point is because they're doing other things. You know how they say you could be a jack of all trades but a master of none?
Right.
So that's basically what you have. You have people that's trying to jump in different trades, but they can't master that trade. So instead of moving on to the next trade, they stay in that trade with business. And then we're gonna kill the trade.
Right.
Basically, the mentality is like,
Niggas snitching in the comments too, yo. Stop snitching.
If I can't do it, you can't do it. Basically, that's actually the poison though. You know what I'm saying? So the poison is that when you're thinking in that way, you evaluating, you're not analyzing.
Well, there is an evolution to this though that I believe, because I believe that we ourselves, see, like I said earlier, I don't believe in the ideology of being a gang member, man. I'm a grown ass man. I got grandkids, man. I'm in my fucking 50s. I've been this since I was 8 years old. I've evolved so much in this, but it's my culture. So it's who I am wherever I go. And no matter if I'm working a job, no matter what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? This is my culture. People have to have an understanding of this like that. But at the same time, by being my culture, I can explain right now to everybody something that we need to be doing now in our neighborhood. Because what we're doing is we dying on motherfucking street corners that are owned by the city. We dying in front of properties where the landowners can't stand to see our asses because we bring down the property value. We need to be trying to buy the motherfucking real estate. Because if we don't own the real estate, we ain't got no hoods. And I tell people that all the time. We got to get in the means of economics to understand what we need to do to be a power. There are so many bloods across the country that, all in all, when I'm looking at this on a grander scale, if there was a real positive movement, if there was something other than this bullshit that's been indoctrinated and put into people's heads, if there was something that we could take to the point to where we could look at life and say, okay, boom, I can pass this on. The world would be a different place because of the fact that people are willing to listen, people are willing to take the information, and people are willing to be educated. But at the same time, somebody got to be deciphering the proper information to them. You see what I'm saying? We so caught up on motherfuckers living and dying. A black motherfucker is the most. I say this every day. A black motherfucker is the most hated, most hunted, and most wanted motherfucker on the face of this earth. We got to deal with racism from everybody. In China, a black motherfucker can't even go to McDonald's and can't rent a hotel. Motherfucker go down south, a black motherfucker can't even jog down the street. Motherfucker come over here in California, black motherfuckers gunning each other down. You understand what I mean? We most hated by each other. And that's fucked up because of the fact that as black people, we've got to learn that the only thing about being a blood or a crip is that you are only who you are from where you're from. 99.9% of shit in LA, we fighting over places that our parents moved to way the fuck back in the days, and we done moved the fuck out of them places. But we still fighting and dying over the same places. You understand what I mean? So the way I view this whole concept, man, that's what I always tell people about being productive and constructive, man, as bloods. Because motherfuckers out here campaigning to be a big ass prison gang. You understand what I mean? We ain't got a bit of equity worth of shit. You know what I mean? We ain't working on buying nothing. We ain't working on building nothing. We ain't working on building nothing. And that's the shit we need to be working on. You understand what I'm saying? As a people, we need greater enlightenment because it's so many of us living in the dark that motherfuckers will never get to see it. You understand what I mean? Because we living in a space where being ignorant is the thing. Put it like this here. We so ass backwards. And this is a reality. A young homie would take more pride out of getting out of a fucking level 4 penitentiary, super maximum penitentiary, than graduating from Howard University or motherfucking USC. You see what I'm saying? That's how ass backwards we are. We're in a time now in the world where we need to be building and creating something a little more constructive. The youngsters have to have. It ain't nothing wrong with being a part of this and being a blood, but bring something to the table. Don't come to the table and be no ignorant motherfucker. Don't come to the table and follow along all these motherfuckers that made mistakes, because you might pay with your life one way or the other. You might have to give your life and go to the penitentiary. You might fuck around and have to give your life and go to the cemetery. But you might fuck around in this here, and this shit might get too real. Everybody ain't built for it. But see, this is the key I learned too. Everybody that's involved, they got a place in this shit. Everybody ain't a killer. Some of these motherfuckers are good with numbers. You understand what I mean? Some motherfuckers is good with numbers. We got some motherfuckers that's good with their hands and building shit. We got some motherfuckers. If we ourselves reinvented ourselves and we took it upon ourselves to capitalize and to create something that was constructive and productive that could produce a level of revenue, we could actually create a fucking major corporation. Shit, I always say I'm waiting to see that black Apple or that black Microsoft pop up. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got intelligent motherfuckers around us. The problem is just cool for them to dumb it down. You know what I mean? I'm talking a lot again.
Can I say something real quick?
Nah, go ahead, homie.
Yeah, I hear all that, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to have unity first. Like we can't do none of this what y'all saying without unity. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like that's the most simplest thing, right? If we can't do that simple thing right there, we can't have real estate. We can't learn each
What's
other
up, man?
history.
What's up with
We
y'all?
can't respect, you know what I'm saying? We can't respect each other. We can't get that done. Like how we gonna do that? Like what we gonna do moving forward? Like how we gonna get this going? You feel what I'm saying? Like we gotta step up. You know what I'm saying? We on the front line right now, you know what I'm saying, with this platform. And
Well, what do you suggest? You got any ideas?
my idea is first unity. Like if we could get, you know what I'm saying, a coalition or whoever's down for unity, you feel what I'm saying, and we can come together as an example. You know what I'm saying? The younger homies out there can see that because we lead by
Oh, you guys
example.
did them picnics. That was fire. You by the West Coast niggas there. I love that.
Yeah, facts, events like that and all that. You know what I'm saying? But we, like, you see how we using each other platform right now?
Hey,
yeah.
hey, bust a hole. Hey, bust, what's bragging, blood? Hey, hey,
Yep. And
Wildkat.
each one
Yo,
share one.
This one of my G homies right here, blood.
what's poppin', Buster Hole?
Hey, what's up with y'all, family? How y'all doing? Y'all hear
Whoa.
me?
Whoa, whoa.
I like his name. What's up?
He getting everything later.
This Buster Ho, man, from what? California, California.
Whoa.
Shout out to the West Coast. Shout out to the West Coast. East to the West. East to the West.
Much love, East Coast, much love, man. Hey, the brother who was talking earlier, man, he was hitting a lot of factor points, man, about how the get down was, you know?
I can barely hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
No, I can barely hear you.
You gotta talk a little louder, homie.
Turn that shit down. I got an echo.
Yeah?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Go ahead, Buzz.
Right. Well, what he was, that was a whole lot of truth, man, you know, especially project. Like, I didn't get courted on. I was born into this shit. You know, I came off the port in 79. You know, I'm from the hood, all my relatives and aunties. So that's kind of how, you know, it wasn't like I had a choice. It was the neighborhood I was living in, and that's what I had to be down with. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of older homies who be kind of tripping because of that, of the way brought up. You know what I mean? Sometimes people brain be in a box, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But on some 100 shit, man, just to let my East Coast brain, you know, my East Coast blood know, it ain't nothing but love for y'all out there. You know? Love y'all get down. We love how y'all doing, you know? But it's just the structures are a whole lot different, you know? And to me, that only difference, you know?
Mad respect, man. That's mad respect. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
You know what I'm saying? See what he said? And you know, this is the person that's looking at
Yeah,
he's looking at it from the outside. So basically he's looking at the good points that because basically he's what you call a Facebook club. He's basically saying, yo, I see the potential there for it to become better. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically from the outside seeing it, which is a good
right.
thing. Which is a good thing because a lot of times when we say it ourselves, people look at us like, oh, that's just him saying that because he mad at me or he hating me. And I'm trying to tell people like, nah, ain't got nothing to do with that. If you ask somebody who's looking from the outside in, you got to take their view as a credible source. You see what I'm saying? Not somebody who's a credible,
Exactly.
not somebody who's a credible source
Yeah,
because somebody went and told him, yo, you got to say this, that, and the third. I'm talking about somebody that's a credible source because he don't know nobody from a hole in the wall. He's on the outside looking and he's saying, hold up. It's like basically if you at the top of a mountain and you looking down, you don't know what they saying. You only gonna see the movement. You're too high up to hear. You see what I'm saying? So you deciphering it by what you seeing from your eyes. You see either dudes running at each other, fighting or whatever, but you don't know what they saying to each other, which is the cause of what they doing because you too high up. See what I'm saying?
In 2005,
What?
I
Huh?
started a project called Project
That's all.
Direct,
Yeah.
and I did these documentaries.
Text her. Tell her we're
Documentaries
about
on
to
the
put her in the group
project.
too.
I can't hear him.
Called Project Direct.
Project Babies, the real Project Baby.
Okay. What's the name of
Go
it?
get that, man. Go get
I
that.
did
Like
that
the
documentary
project.
like
Shout out to 105
yeah, I
Records. Shout out
did
to
it
the
in
whole. Shout out to Ron
2005,
Fine. Shout
and
out to
what I
all my
did
niggas.
was I went to all the projects in Watt. I went to our projects, to Nicholson, and then I went to the Grape Street. You know what I mean? Just to show how we all the same, but just born on different sides of the track. You know what I mean? But y'all should check this documentary out. It'll give you a whole lot of insight on the get in Watts. You know, even though Watts is in LA, Watts is different than LA, different than Compton. You know what I mean? A motherfucker been never see the beat
Hey,
20
Buzz.
years just
Hey,
because
Buzz.
everything. Yo, yeah,
Hey, Buzz. I got a question for you.
yeah.
Hey, Buzz. Who put me
Shoot.
on? Who put me on the Bounty Hunters?
This nigga's fool.
What'd you say?
Who put me on to the hood?
Hey yo, Crazy K.
Cause these niggas, man, they
Like
all
drama?
in these comments, man. They
Man,
sucking
you know
mad
what?
dick.
Yo, don't pay no mind to that, Scrap.
That's why I got a big homie out here, man. So y'all niggas can
You
really hear
up
this
on
real
GA.
Watts history. For real.
Don't pay no mind to
You
that.
up on
Some of y'all niggas in these comments, y'all some real troll ass busters. Y'all ain't never gonna see me in the street, yo. Y'all niggas be walking, I'm driving. Splashing water on you.
Lock voice up, man. Loud up.
Don't pay no mind. Don't pay no mind to that.
These niggas unbelievable. Go ahead, though.
And you
Go ahead.
know, and what people don't know is in the
Hey man,
neighborhood,
if you ain't got no
we
haters, you
got
ain't
no
successful.
shot call.
Come on, man. Go territory.
We got big homies, but it ain't nobody who run the hood. A nigga can be 19 years old and have clout like he was a motherfucking 35-year-old nigga. It's just what you bring to the table, how hard you go, how much money you getting, how many heads you done took off, what you do with them heads.
Yeah, he getting that money.
Yep.
Got you. Project, no nigga who run shots and calls
That's right.
niggas what to do. We don't get down like that. So that's just, just in case motherfuckers was wondering.
That's right.
Got you. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm talking about what we value though. We rather look at someone who got the fame and the fortune than someone who got the wisdom and knowledge.
That's a fact. You go, hey, yo, Buster, you go all the way from
What's
California.
that? You was breaking up. I couldn't hear.
Yo, Buster, you calling all the way from Cali right now?
Yeah,
he's in Cali.
Yeah.
I know it's sunny as hell out there right now.
Sun going down right now.
Is what?
The sun's going down right now. In my car right now, looking at the
sun going down.
Yeah, oh, that's right. You over there too. I'm over here.
Sun's going down.
Over here it's dark. It's nighttime.
Yeah, over here it's 7:29 right now in LA.
He's in UCLA.
Yeah, I gotta come out there.
Hey, man,
Third pal.
You heard what's the word?
Hey, yo,
what you say, man, Ronald?
Yes, sir.
Yo, man, Ronald.
What's the word? What is the word?
So let me ask you a question, right?
What's that?
So do you believe that? So do you believe that when a structure is not structured, that it'll only take a man to accept restructuring?
It depends on if there's something already there that has been put together on a faulty foundation. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. In Los Angeles, we don't have a structure because we are traditional. See, OGs here, you know, like back into OGs to be the dude running the set, right? Out here, there are generations of OGs, right? And everybody knows who is naturally. And you're going to be determined and respected by not
20 niggas, 20 OGs to the hood. You get confused.
You see what I'm saying? Because put it like this here. When we speak of structure, right? Now, let's say like how the East Coast structure is, right? The worst thing about that is that the cohesiveness is fucked up because everybody wants to be at the top and they're willing to cut down the man right next to him to be there. Every motherfucker, with two motherfuckers stand right here and hug each other, shake hands, and tell you how they are. But then they'll call the motherfucker up and say, "Hey man, fuck that fool. He ain't right. I should be doing this and that and this and that." They will cut each other down just to try to get to the top, homie.
Just to get to the top.
There's an order, right?
And that's a crab mentality. That's what we call crab.
And there's a disorganized order of things, right? Sometimes in a disorganized manner, it's better because nature will determine who the alphas are. And each and every individual will have that opportunity depending on where they are and what the situation is. The alpha don't gotta be the motherfucker that's the toughest in the crowd sometimes. Sometimes the alpha gotta be the smartest in the crowd sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Depending on the person, everybody has a gift. Each of our gifts, we show them at times when it's needed. You understand what I'm saying? We can look at the world for what it is, but then we, like I said before, we live in a space where we will dumb down to fit in rather than to demonstrate. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about being structured is that I believe if it's a real structure, proper, and it's a protocol and everybody following it, that's a beautiful thing. That reminds me of like how you ever see like they show what's his name, Kim Jong-un, and they show his army over in North Korea. And
Shout out to
and thousands of them. Hey, it's thousands of them, right? And them motherfuckers is marching in lockstep. And I'm talking about the way they march. And you look and say, damn, how all the motherfuckers do that at one time? How do they march like that with a gun in their hand? The thing about that is they have a motherfucking structure that is so well put in place that everybody already knows what is expected of them. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference from we live in a space where you can set up a structure and be the big man. A motherfucker try to hijack what you're doing and try to do it across town. Now you got some counterfeit bootleg shit going on, and motherfuckers no shit. But you might be operating in a righteous manner, but this motherfucker over here is exploiting everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha,
and it's the way that it is, you know. But structurizing things themselves is possible between the East and the West. My view of things is that we ourselves, there should be somewhere through here where there should be not just a panel, there should be a consistent level of face-to-face meetings, but people got to get the right people from the right places. There needs to be
that's what I meant by unity. That's what I meant by unity. That's what I'm talking about.
There should be a tally. This is the key first and foremost. There should be a tally of what all sets are officially sanctioned from Los Angeles. Not motherfuckers got internet. Not nobody got on over the internet. Not nobody got on over the phone. How many of these actually had homies that came down here and met with them and brought it to them?
Go, you understand? Flip.
They gotta have they gotta have people to the extent to where motherfuckers came and indoctrinated and taught them properly. Now, because what you're gonna do is on one side you're gonna have a guy that got it out in New York. On this side, you had a guy that gave them to him in California. So now we got a panel and we got all these different sets like this. Now we're doing the same thing with the East Coast set. All the official sets. We're gonna get the leadership together. You know, you gotta have a setting where people are getting together, not just to meet, but they also got to get together and socialize. Sometimes it's good just to get together and break bread because of the fact that they had an opportunity just to get to know who you're dealing with. You get to know the people, because this is one of the greatest things I've learned in all of this here. the young homies on the front line will deal with each other accordingly to the way that the big homies deal with each other behind the scenes.
Real
So
talk.
if I sit on the front line, if I'm behind the scenes and if I'm chopping it up with the homies from, let's say, 9 Trey, or I'm chopping it up with the homies from G Shine or 1A Trey or whatever, and we all good and we kick it and we cool and we get together on a regular basis, that filters down into the streets. So now the young homies in the streets are the same way because of the relationships that are being built at the top. But it has to be righteous dudes that are building these relationships. Because if you got funny, faulty motherfuckers up in here, then it's gonna be a funny, faulty movement.
That's a
Real
fact.
talk. Real
That's a
talk.
fact. But you know, I think that the number
That's
one
right.
thing is communication.
Right, exactly. But that's I'm gonna tell you something about communication, man, that I've learned. When communication, the number one cause of violence and altercation is the lack of communication. Now watch this. When communication breaks down,
I'm
and
gonna make sure I tell Tough, that's my homie. I got y'all.
people have no means and no way to articulate and get their point across. What happens at that point in time, it will get physical because now we've run out of words.
Real talk.
People have to be open to communication. You see what I'm saying? We got to be open to create dialogue simply because of the fact that there's so many things that take place that can be solved with a simple conversation. But this is the problem. You don't have, everybody involved is not a man, and everybody involved don't want to be face to face. See, remember this. Social media and cell phones has made it so safe that I can sit in California and say, fuck everybody on here and ain't got to worry about nothing because I'm 3,000 miles away. But my words are going to be traced all over the globe. You understand what I mean? Now, I ain't got to worry about nothing. But watch this. Watch this. A motherfucker called me into the room now and said, we in California. I'm looking at oh man, I got to go to church. I got to go to school. I got to go to work. I got a million excuses. Everybody don't want to be face to face. See, the people that's willing to make that move, make those moves and be face to face and have these conversations, because the first thing we're going to do is men is greet each other, shake hands. If we got differences, 2 men can sit down, man. What was that you said about what? Now we at this point in life, now as men, we have the ability to sit down and say, okay, well, it ain't got to go no further than this here. Because I'm gonna tell you, in my neighborhood, let me tell you what they do in my neighborhood when they got an issue between the homeboys, right? And I tell people this all the time. We got a park, man, Laurel Miller Recreation Center, man. When 2 homies got a problem, we send them over to the bathroom and they lock the motherfucking door. They gonna talk about it, they gonna fight about it, whatever they do. I don't give a fuck what they do. But when they leave that bathroom, it's over with and they nothing to discuss. You see what I mean?
None of this right here. None of this YouTube bullshit.
It ain't no pulling people in and politicking against people and rallying motherfuckers against people. You understand what I mean? Because this is the problem with a lot of this here. Dudes will be out here, and one dude from this set, this dude from this set,
trying to get your little followers up.
You see what I'm saying? And all these guys be dead and growed up together, right? Now, this is the funny thing. One dude might live on that side of the street and they claim whatever said on that side. One dude live on this side of the street, they claim whatever said on this side. Before all this, these dudes might have been cool. But these 2 dudes might have fell out over a girl that lived up the block. Now, this dude is taking his hatred for this dude already used to be his friend, and he's coming for that hatred over the girl that he liked that the other dude got, but he's rallying the guys around him, saying, fuck him, this, and this. I don't like them motherfuckers anyway. So now the people in the circle are doing the same thing because it's filtering right back down to the front line. You understand? And that's how I say it like that. But the thing about it is, people got to be willing to be men and sit down and take the time to talk. See, I take blood seriously. And I take blood the way I take it simply because of the fact that I've invested so much of my life into this, that I've come too far to cut my losses and just call it a day. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of us like that. You know what I mean? I am a participant in the culture itself. You know what I mean? Like I say, I ain't out here running and gunning. I ain't out here on that stupid bullshit, but I'm who I am. I got tattoos on my body that never fade away. You know what I mean? I've got history that goes back shit before a lot of this shit was even what it is. So now we living in a space where, as Bloods, we got to get to the foundation and the origin of this here, because the foundation and the origin of this shit was blood, love, and brotherhood. Man, if a motherfucker lived in LA and had to and go through what we went through in the 80s and the 90s and early 2000s and see what this shit was like when we were living in the midst of the gang war, motherfuckers would be like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. I'm talking about, you can't imagine these neighborhoods going to war every motherfucking night. Somebody shot, killed, hurt, something for, decades. So considering what that used to be to what it is now, I look at it as something that we should be building on and finding the motherfucking means and a way to try to take it and move it on to the next level and be progressive about it, because of the fact that we got so much. We got motherfuckers that would support all these entertainers we look at, right? We got entertainers that are in the industry that we could, once we could get shit together among ourselves, it will grant us the ability to be able to look at some of the other guys in the industry and get their support and try to put together some productive, positive shit. You see what I mean? But this is the thing. Nobody's gonna help a motherfucker that need help. They only want to help a motherfucker that's already set in motion.
Fact.
Yeah. Because they don't want to do the work to get to where they gotta get to.
Right. Well, put it like this.
Fuck out of here.
Nobody want to have to sit down and do all the thinking for a bunch of men. You understand what I mean? How am I gonna think for a bunch of motherfuckers to sitting here talking about they got ideas, but they ain't figured out how to put their own ideas together?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we're in a space right now where I look at right now, man. See, like, I'm gonna tell you something. Me myself personally, I worked for the Los Angeles Mayor's Office of Gang Reduction and Youth Development for 3 years. I was that's the grid. I was gang intervention worker. And I worked for the city of LA. I was on the payroll with the city, man. They literally have a program where they hire gang members. If you can't be grid unless you got a history in the background in your neighborhood, then you got to have an LTO, which is a license to operate. You got to be respected in your community, because you can't send the fucking lamb into the lion's den when after somebody's been killed and you trying to figure out what's going on just to be able to try to stop more violence from taking place. So at the same time, you also learn intervention and mediation. And that's something right there that's needed among us ourselves as Bloods. We need intervention and mediation, because to figure out how to resolve a lot of issues that exist, we first got to figure out who do we go to get on top of the problem. We got to be able to get the right motherfuckers and open up dialogue, so that now a lot of the bullshit that's laying in the background, they can bring it to the forefront.
Yeah, I agree with that. And but another thing too.
True that. Real talk.
183rd, and I'm sure you could agree with me on this one.
Yo, Blood.
Correlation is a bunch of ingredients. Say it again.
Now I'm listening. I'm listening.
Oh, correlation is.
Yeah. She got a message.
Who? Oh. Correlation is like ingredients. And when you have those ingredients and you put them in that pot and you start cooking, you start to see what happens when those ingredients mix. Some of those mix, some of them don't, like oil and vinegar. But then what happens is that you have two of the same that represents the same, but they're on two different sides. And the problem there is that you got the people who, like you said, are traditional. Because like I said it before, I said I know that in LA everything is more traditional. I was out there for 30 days and I saw how everything was like brotherly love for real, picnics and all that other stuff. They was really on it.
Right.
Where New York is showing you more of a grimy side of thing, which is unfortunate that's the rep that we got, but it's more common out here than what I've seen over there. Not saying that it's not over there, because I know it's over there. Just like it's everywhere else.
Right.
You got grimy people everywhere. But what I'm saying is that when it's more habitual, because it's what you grow up around, you start seeing people's characteristics after a while when they start going through trials and tribulations.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that's what I say is that some people, when they don't identify it, some people need to help them identify those situations so that they're not seeing it, and they need somebody to tell them like, yo, well, you need to identify that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Something I learned. Now this is
That's definitely one
hey,
thing that I wanted to say.
Nah,
I'm
that's
gonna
real
take you
talk.
back to
Real
my
talk.
experience as when I worked
So,
for as an intervention worker,
Can't
right?
hear
Something I
shit.
used to do. I had
cool,
a
what's the story?
caseload of
Man,
15
come
people,
on,
right?
man.
And I used to have to do assessments,
What?
right, in order to
Shit.
get people's services.
If
And
you
I've
was still
learned
looking
that
at that
in
phone at a second, you
conversation,
would have hit
they
me.
have a thing what is called motivational interviewing.
Yeah, man.
And that is a practice. And through that, you find out about people by just simply talking to them. See, this is an interesting aspect too.
Get your other phone
You
out.
can find the people that got problems and everybody ain't with it and everybody don't want to move at the same time. So what you got to do is have a good mediator that's capable of doing what's called shuttle diplomacy. Shuttle diplomacy is when you got a person that is willing to say,
Who's
okay, I'm
bragging?
gonna give you an example of shuttle diplomacy. I was at the table with my neighborhood's enemies back in
Introduce
2009.
yourself. Who you?
I can't
And
even hear. Damn.
I was at
Who
the
you,
table with my
shorty?
enemies, right? Now this is the thing. I'm going to meetings with the Crips on a regular basis, right? But I'm talking to the homies and they not ready. But the homies, what I would do is I would go to these meetings here with these guys. As soon as I come back, I go straight to the hood and I'd have a meeting on the motherfucking street corner. With whoever's out there, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk. And I'm gonna let them know what was discussed in this
Was
room.
rocking though.
Every bit of information. And the key objective is they're able to give me their information to take back into the room next week. So now, after a while, people start getting to the point where they got tired of me delivering. So, well, let me go. And now I got some shit to say. So, through that, that brought those people into the room together because you do got people that are different, but this is the key right here. All we want to identify is the people that lead the masses. You understand? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The masses are led by the few, man. It's just like, let me tell you something.
Who's bragging? Can
Just
y'all
like
hear
when
me?
you talk,
Blood,
if
how
you
many
talk
minutes
to
we got left?
Can y'all hear me?
Wildkat, how many minutes we got left? Hey yo, hey
seven,
yo, hey yo,
y'all
let
I
go,
can't
somebody
even
else
hear.
talk.
y'all take the mic. Y'all take the mic.
Hey yo, Matt Ronald, man. Yo, the knowledge that you kicking, I'm telling you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that knowledge, you heard?
Real talk.
Yo,
Real
man,
talk.
Know what
check
I'm
me out
saying?
on my podcast. Let me tell you something. Check out my podcast, homie, because I put out shit on a regular basis like that.
Got you,
MadRonRadio.net. And I just now got it started. But that's
Go
the shit
ahead.
out there. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro. You already know, man. Salute from the east to the west. You
Yo,
already
we
know.
all. Hey, Wildkat, I appreciate you
Yo,
getting at me too, blood.
that's a fact, bro. You already know, blood. You know how we do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah.
we're
And for
gonna
the
show by
record,
example.
don't hit me up about the next interview. I only spoke about that one time. We ain't doing that ever again.
That's it. It's dead. It's a dead issue.
You hear that?
It's a dead issue. You know what I'm saying? More or less,
Hey yo,
everybody.
I got a couple people I want to shout out. You heard? You heard? Shout out to all the big homies, man, from Nicholson Gardens. Shout out to my niggas on the East Coast. Shout out to my Jersey hunters. Shout out to everybody, blood. You know what I'm saying? My 5-line niggas. You know what I'm saying? Up in motherfucking New Brunswick. Shout out to the Parkside hunters. Shout out to the Patterson hunters. Shout out to the New York Bonnie hunters, 911 Bonnie hunters. Shout out to the infamous Bonnie hunters. Man, I'm gonna shout all of y'all out, man. Because it's time for niggas to stop the bullshit, stop hating, get together, show love. You know what I'm saying? And
Real
stop
talk.
following trends, man. Set the trends. Stop following them, all right?
Facts.
Shout outs to the squad.
I love
New
y'all
York
niggas,
to
man. I
LA.
love all y'all
You
niggas that
already,
came on here. Hey, yo,
that's a
Bust
fact.
Out, you already know. Shout out to Project Babies. You know what I'm saying?
Life in the projects.
Babies.
Okay.
Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of good things coming up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got a documentary coming out. Y'all get ready. It's a lot of good things in the making, homie. Real shit. Like, we just not out. Yo, my nigga, niggas don't gangbang no more, my nigga. Y'all got to step y'all game up. It's about this money. Y'all heard? You heard?
Right.
Get that money. Get that money. Pay your mama bills, man. You heard? Get your mama a new car. You heard? Stop that bullshit.
That's a fact.
Straight up.
That's
Stop
a
giving
Shout
that
out
fact.
to
money to the money
183rd,
niggas,
you
man.
heard?
That's
Mama
a
lay all
fact.
the
Shout out
bills.
183rd.
You heard?
Hey,
Hey
yo,
yo,
but
shout
you
out
heard?
Buster Ho. Buster Ho. Shout
homie.
out Buster
Hey,
Ho.
yo, shout out to my Mad Swan niggas from 183rd. Y'all was there since
Who?
day one with us. Shout
You
out
heard?
to everybody. Shout out to T. Rogers. Shout out to everybody, homie.
Facts.
Shout out to my nigga Jay for 5 Line, my nigga Jaw Dropper. Yeah, that's my nigga too. Shout out to my nigga Lil Louis Diamonds. Yeah.
Nate Bones sent his love, man, Ronald.
Huh?
Nate Bones sent his salute.
Okay.
Shout out to all my 20 niggas. Shout out to my At This
Love,
Park
love,
Bloods.
homie.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Shout out to all of them, nigga. My 6 Deuce Brands, Lady YG. Yeah, yeah. Family, my nigga. Family. It's about family, man.
Fact.
Free Flocker, man. Hoodie Boys, man. That's my dude, man. Free him too.
Right. Yo, so I'm gonna get up out of here, but yo, salute to everybody. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. We already know communication is a must. We got to get this communication better. We got to start looking at the prize, and the prize is not the things that put us in jail and it takes us away from our family. The prize is the things that helps us build.
Hey, yo.
Take care of our family.
And next time y'all want to know the history before y'all want to be playing these niggas up here, go watch that movie, The Miseducation of the Bloods, Part 2. Go watch that. Okay?
I'm in that.
Actually,
One love, one blood, you heard?
Hey, yo, I was watching it with him, though.
That's right, OG. That's right.
I was watching it with him earlier. But yeah, you know what I mean? So, yo, man, Ronald, 183rd, what's the hole? You already know, Crazy Kid, salute. You already know, ain't nothing but love. You already know, east to the west. You know what I'm saying? New York, New
Shout out
Jersey,
to everybody in
Cali.
285 Davidson Avenue, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? All we doing is spreading love and making sure that we teach the youth the right way, man. Let's keep that.
That's right.
Well, oh yeah, shout out to GKB, Don Trey. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the Mac
y'all
Bowling.
niggas, man, and I love y'all
Billy
niggas out
up.
there, man. I appreciate y'all
You
niggas,
heard?
man, even the Hades.
That's a fact, bro.
That's right. All right, y'all. Hey,
salute.
Salute.
One love.
Yeah, man. Today we had an epic joint. Now, I just wanted to show everybody something. As you can see, everywhere they have their problems. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Problems are not quarantined only to one place. Problems are everywhere because it's the yin and yang of life. It's the pros and the cons. But the main thing is, and as you see everybody agree is that a solution has to come forth. How does that solution come forth? It's an application of many methods. But one thing that we can rest assured is that we all can agree that a solution, then the modus operandi of a solution is going to take what? People to put down their shields and swords and start to see things more clearly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are walking blind. A lot of us are focusing on so many other things that, and then some people, you have to learn to be analytical and analyze them. Not every gorilla is a killer. Not every rabbit is a soft rabbit. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see me show videos here where you had a rabbit and a snake and the rabbit beat the snake. You seen videos here where you thinking a fox is going to be the eagle and the eagle beats the fox. You see what I'm saying? So it's a life in itself. It's an experience. This right here was an experience, but it was a lesson to show that everywhere in the world, no matter where you at, there's going to be situations, problems, trials, and tribulations. That is common. The part that's not common is the solution. That's the part that's not common. And that's the part that we need to make more common. And when I'm talking about solution and I'm talking about common, I'm talking about a common solution where people have more dialect towards each other. You know what I'm saying? So right here, I showed everybody. Remember what I said? I'm not going to be up here saying things and talking this, that, and the third. I'm going to show people through action. I'm going to show people through proof. So I just showed it to you. Yeah, we're going through it over here. So is other people also, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? So it's not uncommon. It's not New York. It's just basically it's a miscommunication because as the generations change, so does the mentality. Some mentalities die off, and only certain individuals uphold those mentalities. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I thank everybody for popping through today, man. You know, the Wildkat always gonna bring you something. You know what I'm saying? I got something for you. You know, I got something for you all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that everybody's abreast. As you see, I didn't shoot at nobody. You know what I'm saying? I let people say what they gotta say. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let people. I saw KO peeped it. KO was like, Wildcat's a super smart dude. KO is a super smart dude. KO was peeping. You know what I'm saying? He's a very good analyzer. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my main thing is what I'm really trying to show is that the solution is not as hard as people think. The solution is right there. We just gotta be more prolific, I guess, in the way that we choose to implement. You know what I'm saying? But you already know, man, the Wildcats in the building, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody too. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody once again. You know what I'm saying? Um, uh, the homie addressed the situation that Nino has said. He's not saying that everything that he's saying it was a lie. What he's saying is that one part, what he was talking about, put hands on him, that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know a lot of people will feel bad about certain when somebody say that's like somebody saying. Matter of fact, they tried it one time saying that they ran down or some crazy stuff. You know, you're gonna be like, what, man, what? And you're gonna go in. You're gonna go off. So to have that understanding means you're gonna understand why a person gonna feel that way. They're gonna be going ham. You know what I'm saying? So he addressed it. He addressed it by saying it didn't happen. That's not true. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the brother, when he was saying that he was ranting, which is what I say people do sometimes when they hype, they start ranting. And when they ranting, they don't notice that they said some wild until afterwards. So that's what happens. So this is the repercussions when you say something while you're ranting that later on you regret saying. And this is also why I always say when you come up here, you gotta cross your T's and dot your I's, because if not, you're gonna have those that's gonna come out the woodworks and they're gonna start saying, hold up, I got evidence right here of this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So during this quarantine, what we're doing is we're modifying behaviors. We're modifying behaviors because during this quarantine, what's happening is that so many people are really stuck in this net due to the immobility and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. HFC 300, East New York in the building. You already know. Shout out Uncle Murder. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Randy. Shout out Rick Martin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Buki. The caveman side. You already know we in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Maple Syrup in the building. You'll be all right. Ladybug, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely about to get up out of here, man, because it's about time for me to do other things, man, that I gotta do. But I just had a KO, salute, KO. Abdul Shakur, you already know. I just wanted to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, when you sit back and you watch what I put up, you're gonna learn something from what I'm putting up. There's always a reason why I'm putting it up. There's always a reason why I can communicate with most people. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I think I do pretty square for Delaware. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So, man, salute to everybody in the building. You already know. Nothing but love. Banks Young Guns. You already know, homie. You know what I'm saying? To the end, man. Salute the YGs up in the building. Lawtown, salute. I see you in the building. April D. You know what I'm saying? Yo, everybody be safe, man. Stay masked up. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I got something for y'all that I got to show y'all because I gotta see this. You know what I'm saying? But today I'm gonna keep the vibe of the way it is. I'm not gonna change the vibe. I am gonna say though, wear your mask, don't play games. It's not over, it's still around. People are dropping dead, man. I saw videos where people are just coughing and it's just drop and die. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of that. Junior's towing, salute, big bro. Salute Junior's towing, man. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Abdul Shakur, cat, you fuck with the real. That's all that counts. That's a fact, man. You know, one thing I always surround myself around real individuals, man. You know what I'm saying? I was never the type of dude that ran through the block with the gorilla face. I was never the type of dude that was the ice grill. Nah, I was always the light skinned pretty dude that just went extra hand. You know what I'm saying? I went through a whole lot to stay like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had it more rough because I had more testers. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they see a pretty dude, they think he's soft. But you already know. I went extra hand. So the one that was ugly was looking at me like I'm the one that's the bully. You know what I'm saying? These are things. This is when you look at things and you analyze it for as 100%. Anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Salute to everybody, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Salute from the Wildkat, man. Everybody be safe, man. Mask up, glove up. You know what I'm saying? Stay patient. Keep your patience up. You know what I'm saying? Hold your bearings. Don't concentrate on the walls. Concentrate on the things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Put on some movies. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind away from the circumference and put it into something different. You know what I'm saying? You can make your surroundings smaller or bigger with your own minds. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, man, be safe out there. You already know, man. You already know, man. When the East is in the house, oh my gosh, danger. Don't play no games, yeah.